What's up, gearheads? It's Trev, working on Project Renegade again today, and we're putting on a new exhaust system. So for 140 bucks, we got a complete exhaust system. Seeing as the front pipe is still intact, I'm going to start with the back here. Oh. This could be a bigger job than I thought. So actually a lot of the exhaust is still there and it's all welded on. I'm gonna have to cut that muffler off at the catalytic converter and then run the new pipe. Oh, this could take a while. So here's what we're running into with the exhaust. I've got it mocked up underneath the Jeep. Got our tailpipe, comes up over the axle, goes back down to the muffler. Muffler goes back, catalytic converter, front pipe. Here's the issue. This exhaust has been replaced before and is all welded together, and the catalytic converter has been replaced and is welded on. And guessing from what I'm seeing here, the factory catalytic converter was a lot longer and had a flange that bolted up to the front pipe. Now, a new catalytic converter is expensive, and I don't see any reason to change that one out, but what I'm going to have to do is cut the pipe on each side of the catalytic converter, put the front pipe up, hang the tailpipe up, because everything lines up different too. This exhaust system on here now bends a little bit different. And I'm going to have to cut that flange off and just make a slip joint. So I'm going to have to modify the front pipe a little bit, and then do everything all at once.
Da, 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 da! Sammy!
Oh my god, that's loud.
Can you hear me?
Not anymore!
What's up, gearheads? It's Trev, and today we're back at Sam's garage again, and we are putting on a long overdue exhaust system on Project Renegade. So we got the bolts underneath soaking with PV Blaster, and see if we can get this old rusty exhaust apart. Da, 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 da. So here's the only section of bolts that we can actually undo. Everything else is welded on this exhaust system. Here we got the O2 sensor, which is soaking. That's the only thing I'm really worried about coming out in one piece. So this was secured into this bracket. We popped this out and just unhook it right at the top here. Now we got the O2 unplugged. We'll unbolt the flange at the manifold here, and then the rest of this exhaust system needs to get cut up. So Sam's wife, who does not want to be on camera, is fixing up my little hack on Michelle's window. I'm sure you all can see the top is torn up, but her zipper handles were broken, so a while ago I just took some string, ran it through, tied it together, and burnt the ends, and you know, it works. Well, Sammy's wife is a bit of a paracord expert here. She's been making a bunch of us handles, so she made some pull tabs. Look at that. Matches the interior and everything. And it's a lot stronger. Fancy! Makes the ripped edges and the tape look even worse than they already are. Hopefully these bolts come loose without needing to put a torch to them. Well, the nuts are coming loose. Fairly easy, actually. Come on! Oh, it broke loose and now it's stuck again. Come on. Need a longer ratchet.
That's the longest 3/8.
Oh, this one better not break. The other one came loose. Come on, don't break. Well, if it breaks, we just need a bolt and a nut, that's all. I think I got it. I think we're okay.
I got it!
Yeah, really. I'll just run it in and out a couple times, that's all. That's the trick for nuts that are getting stuck or bolts that you think are going to break, is just loosen them up, tighten them up, loosen them up, tighten them up, and it cleans the threads up just enough that you can get it done. Yeah, if you hear a lot of words getting bleeped out, it means something broke.
She's like a block away.
There we go. Now we're loose. So the cat is where? Right there. So we'll cut it right here at the bend, which we'll have to cut more off later, but that's okay. Come on. There it goes. Oh, I'm tearing the rubber. Ah!
Well, it doesn't matter if you don't need it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's aftermarket.
Alright, so now, cut this off with the muffler.
Hey, I see movement.
Here's the cat. So we gotta cut those pipes to length once we get the new one on. And that's the rest of the old exhaust. Just need to get this hanger here.
Does that mean we're halfway done?
Yeah.
Then it's wings and bear?
Yeah. So,
Mascot.
the cat is gonna go here with the muffler. And that's gotta connect. So that flange has to come off because this is obviously not a factory cat. Hey, I could save this flange for a possible use for like a turbocharger project or something.
Turbo the Renegade!
Do you hear the stuff coming out of this man's mouth?
Yeah.
So the plan was bolt up the front pipe, see how much length we need on these pipes for the cat, and put these together. But they're the same size pipe. I have an exhaust expander, but it was purchased for my Camaro, which has much bigger exhaust pipe. So now we need to run to the store. We're just gonna buy some pipe to go over top of this pipe and maybe some extra clamps, and that'll make it all fit. Before going to the store, I got the front pipe bolted up loosely and just resting on the skid plate there. We're gonna hang the tailpipe up and then mount the muffler, and we'll get everything mocked up.
So what? You might need more pipe?
No, I'm saying because it's gonna change, the bends in the end of this are gonna change how it fits. Tip it up now. Oh, it's hitting the sway bar.
Pen?
Does it go over the sway bar?
I don't know.
I thought it just went over the axle. Ah, now this is gonna be a pain. I know, but it fits over the axle, but then it gets wedged in place. But I might need to take the track bar down in order to get it to fit in there properly, because the hangers are in the way. Okay, so it's almost required whenever an exhaust system's off, open header. Vroom! It's almost there.
Does it go over it?
Yeah. Sammy, how's the rust taste?
Oh, it's wonderful.
So Sam and his genius started on the driver's side, looped the pipe over, and then wedged it in between the gas tank skid plate here and the diff, and muscled the tailpipe over. Now we can finish mocking everything up and see what we need from the store. So naturally, we're running into another issue. The reinforcement that was installed at the welding shop for the gasoline tank crossmember here is too thick, and I can't get the exhaust all the way up because it hits it. So Gonna have to get the cutting wheel out and notch it out. Alright, so after a good soak in PB Blaster, Sammy's got the O2 sensor loose here, which is actually in a slightly different position on the new pipe, I think.
This one's been hacked. And the threads are good.
Sweet. So he got that loose, and I just finished putting a notch in that rust repair for the cross member, so now the exhaust actually fits. So now we can finish mocking everything up. It's always a project with this Jeep. Okay, so we took a measurement, trimmed our pipe on the Cat down to about 19 inches. And that pretty much lines up with everything. We figured we have a 2-inch pipe. This is 2 1/4 on the muffler. This is 2-inch, and then this pipe here is actually, I think, 1 7/8, so we need an adapter for here, and a sleeve for the other side, and a couple extra clamps, and we should be good to go. Okay, if I did my math right, that's all we need to finish this job. 2-inch goes over that pipe and in this pipe. Hey, that should work. Alright, so we're mocked up. Got the front pipe going to the Cat. I bought the wrong size clamps, so I got to run back and get some new clamps for that adapter there. To the muffler from the Cat, and then back. So the only problem I'm really running into here is I think the catalytic converter is supposed to have like an S-curve that goes down and connects to the front pipe, because with everything straight, it's angling things so that the tailpipe is hanging a little too low, and the catalytic converter is getting awfully close to the skid pan that holds the transfer case, but we'll make it work.
Let's see.
Alright, see, there you go.
I found Trevor!
So we're clamped up in the front. There's a lot of angle to this, but we're doing what we can. Alright, make the muffler straight. You got the tailpipe where it belongs?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to clamp the muffler down here. Alright, so we just need to make a hanger.
That really has to wiggle to get that. So if you get a hanger,
we just need to make a hanger for there.
make
It's
the
on.
hanger, and you won't have any rattles.
Alright, so with it all clamped down, we just need to cinch up the bolts here on the manifold and put our O2 in. Plug this back in, put it in its bracket.
Oh, I forgot about the flares.
That's pretty tight. Okay, let's see how she sounds. Is it gonna be exhaust leak city or nice and quiet? Either way, it's probably better than what it was.
Give it a rev.
Oh, it's not bad.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right there in that spot.
It's that spot we were worried about. It's leaking a lot at that clamp. Right over here, so we'll have to weld that up. Other than that, I think it's alright.
Okay,
Alright, turn it off before we all die.
Too late.
Carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh. Must straight beer.
That finishes that off, so
2-day muffler installed.
yay! Yeah, it's always a project. So, exhaust is on. We got one leak to weld up just to finish it off, but Other than that, new exhaust installed, and Project Renegade is one step closer to being just a little bit better. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You were merely thrown into the dark. I was born into it. I didn't see the light of day until I was a man.